This is Neil Ratner of Rock Doc here on WDST Radio Woodstock with another episode of This Week in Rock with support from Transcend Dental and my friend, the amazing dentist and rock star Bruce Milner. Visit Transcend Dental, his stunning new office at 2 Maverick Road on the corner of Maverick Road and Route 375. On December 17, 1971, David Bowie released the album Hunky Dory, which most agree marked the beginning of Bowie's artistic success. According to David, Hunky Dory gave me a fabulous groundswell. I guess it provided me for the first time in my life with an actual audience. I mean, people actually coming up to me and saying, "Good album, good songs." That hadn't happened to me before. The album produced 2 hit singles, Changes and Life on Mars, considered by many one of Bowie's greatest songs. And in a 2002 interview, David reflected on both the album and the song.
I've never been very proud of the whole Hunky Dory album, actually. I thought, well, this is really good. This is a good album. And you know something, I think the other interesting thing about that album, including that song, is that, again, they felt great to play on stage. They were such easy songs to work on stage. It was really a joy singing them. I enjoyed them. And I keep finding that I do go back to songs from that album to do on stage, even now. Things like Quicksand I've done, you know. Queen Bitch I've done. Andy Warhol even. I think that my subject matter hasn't really changed over the years. That I'm still in a way writing Life on Mars all these years later, you know, it hasn't. And The Man Who Sold the World. I mean, the way that I present songs has changed a lot, and the style for each album has changed considerably. I'll often try new rhythms and new kinds of arrangements. It's like I want to keep writing about the same subject, but my approach, it's like I'm trying to get into it, like finding a different door each time I approach that same subject.
And it's about alienation, then?
A lot of it is, yeah, one's interior kind of isolation as well, you know. It doesn't just mean one's social isolation, it can mean, you know, how you get in contact with your own feelings, you know, as well. It can be quite personal in that way.
The story of the song Life on Mars is an interesting one. Bowie was with a music publishing company in the 60s as a songwriter, and he was asked to add lyrics to a French tune named Comme des Habitudes. Bowie recorded an unreleased demo of the song in February 1968, which the French publishers rejected. However, songwriter Paul Anka bought the rights to the song and rewrote it as My Way, which was recorded by Frank Sinatra in 1969. And it was the success of My Way that prompted Bowie to write Life on Mars as a parody of Sinatra's recording. David acknowledged My Way's influence in the liner notes, which state, Life on Mars was inspired by Frankie. Rick Wakeman played the piano on the track, and according to Wakeman, he left the studio after recording his part, met some friends at a pub, and told them that he had just played on what he considered the best song he'd ever had the privilege to work on. Okay, let's listen. David Bowie and Life on Mars.